everyone, back with another part 3. Sorry for the bad mic again. My mic was delayed, but we have 3 tornado warnings, so this is going to be a lot more eventful than our last video. So let's look at the areas here. Tornado watch. We have a 50% chance of overall tornadoes and a 30% chance of EF2 to EF5. We have a wind threat of 50% and a 75 mile per hour wind risks of 20%. Overall hail threat is high at 80%, and the 2 inches is the same at 80%. So let's look at all these severe here, and since we want to cover, the tornadoes, we're going to be looking at the Springfield one here. So we have many tornadoes firing off. We have 3 tornado warnings, maybe even more. Let me see. Yep, we have 3. 18, 9, 10. Wow. And some of these are even pushing as far, they're pushing really far and having some pretty big hail with them. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at this here. You can see this looks like a derecho that's formed here. It looks like we have a derecho that's formed up here, containing a lot of discrete supercells. And then you can see these over here that can also. I'd recommend this one. I would say is that this one, and these 2 up here I think are most likely to produce a tornado. Why? It's simple. Mainly because of the fact that with a derecho here, you can see that with derechos, you'll see here that they're not, they can't produce tornadoes well. They can still produce tornadoes. Yes, I agree with that. But derechos are more likely to contain straight line wind gusts instead of containing, discrete supercells, which are favorable for tornadoes. These ones are favorable for wind and hail. And this is being propelled by a cold front that is moving along here. You can see this, these lows here is pretty. This is a hybrid derecho, looks like, which has been propelled by a cold front and a stationary front. So yeah, that's what you're gonna be looking at. That's why we're having this tornado, and stuff is going insane. Literally, we have 3 tornado warnings. I would say the most strongest out of these 3 would be this one that's formed up here. Tornado possible, hail 1.5 inches, but the wind is not that strong. And then the tornado, we have a severe thunderstorm. We're going to be seeing, is there any storm traces in the area of that? Then we can check if no. But let's see, this one might be producing a tornado.
Usually I don't,
That's a funnel. Alright, so we got a funnel going down here. We got a funnel having here. You can see, this is the main setup of this whole event here. Over towards the northeastern part of the outbreak, we have more discrete supercells which favor for tornadoes. On the southwestern side, we have a derecho that can favor wind gusts and hail. Keeping these in mind, these will be expected to move into this area here. We're going to expect them moving into Indiana. Keeping this in mind here, we're going to expect these. I think this is because of the hail source, because this wasn't really supposed to favor tornadoes, but the flight was more favorable to tornadoes. So let's look at, this whole area is a tornado watch, which is really weird considering there's one county for tornado watch that doesn't, part of that county doesn't even have any, literally does not have any. Yeah. So this looks like a this looks like a very large hail event, for sure. Winds flying 70 miles per hour. Those could easily go to 80 and turn really severe. But I think one of the tornado warnings just went out. One of them's gone. So yeah, I was right. The tornado warning in the derecho was not gonna last, And then you can also see down at the bottom there we have some more discrete supercells firing south of this. But this looks like we have another tornado warning coming out behind this tornado warning. I don't know why. It literally has the exact same. I mean, I don't see. But now it's saying radar indicated rotation. This
Yeah, so you guys can see the
So yeah, mainly most severe ones are probably not up here though. Yeah, these areas, these have some severe. Of course, these tornado ones here. So it looks like they just got a new tornado warning really right after one dissipated. I think this mainly because, however, since that one dissipated, it's still very strong and still could produce a rotation. So this main line of storms here, problem is the good news is that, well, I mean, it's not good news. Bad news is that these supercells up here can survive on their own because they're significantly ahead of the derecho here, but this main area here, as I'm concerned, if any supercells fire up here, they'll link the derecho, make it kind of having like a bow echo, which means they'll have very strong frontline wind gusts. So as soon as these two link together, that'll be an issue. Then we have these tornadoes that are firing off up here, which, considering these are not connected, what I'm assuming is going to happen in the next hour or so is that these will connect together and make, you know, a very large bow echo shape, and then supercells are going to be flying off north of the derecho. However, I don't expect this to last long. By around like 11, I would assume 11 will probably be, this will just congeal into line of damaging wind gusts. I love the fact that you can drive from Henrietta and then Henrietta and then wind gusts to Oklahoma City, which is literally not that far, and you can literally see. But yeah, you can see these durations are developing, as you can see them congealing into the line, and more supercells joining this way. But we want to take back the clock because you can see a full development of the supercells. You can see nothing. I mean, the ratio's been going on for a little while now. I just realized. Yep, and then it's congealing. And let's try to take the clock back a bit farther, maybe 100 frames. Yeah, there's nothing in the area. As you can see, these were more discrete supercells, but that's odd. It looks like they're all forming up as a line. Like these look like they're forming up like together, which I don't see often. I usually see supercells being connected. So that is actually odd to me. I've never seen that happen before. So, yep, it looks like we're going to be going into the St. Charles area. So, this is radar indicated still. But I love the fact is that if you live in this little sliver here, you have two. So you won't get one expiring until 75 minutes from now. Oh yeah, I actually remember we were actually in this area yesterday in St. Louis. Yeah, we were in this area yesterday. I remember talking about it. We were talking about this area. So yeah. Right now you can see this one firing up here. This looks like the mid supercell that's causing this scare. So we're going to go to high-res velocity, and we're going to be turning this down to like 14 frames. So we can see if this could be rotating or not. Yes, it looks like it could be rotating. That is definitely rotation possible. Okay, we might want to move the one up north here. Yeah. You're moving north here. But I really don't see any rotation. Oh, that's where I see it.
Paralleling are 70 moving directly.
So yeah, this is so good. As you can see, that's forming up. And oh boy, looks like more supercells are firing off near the Ohio area. And what concerns me is I'm not too far away from this area. I'm actually not that far. But the good news is by the time this gets to my area, I'm not really on my location. It looks like it'll die down a bit and chill out, to say the least. It won't, it won't fire off, get all scary or anything. That's the good news. That's what I like about it. However, we have a new tornado watch in those areas, so that's what scares me a little bit. Hold on a minute. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Just have to check something a bit. Cool. So yeah, these will fire off. That'll be fun to look at and watch again. The fest is now under a tornado warning. Still, it has been a little while, but yeah, these are pretty. And then we looks like there's a thunderstorm warning ahead of this one, so maybe I think they're predicting that this one will die out and move towards this area here. That's what I'm expecting. So I'm gonna turn this back to reflectivity, and I'll highlight the areas where I think these will be areas we should look out for. First off, these northern supercells here. These definitely can produce something that I would define as scary. Same with this area here. I will define this area here will probably be the most active area. So yeah, here's just a little bit going on. As you can see, severe thunderstorms stretching way into that region, and now they're just okay, cool. I don't know why it does that. That's funny. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it here. I'll update the situation, like I'll post another video if this has any other things. But right now, it seems like actually, yeah, never mind, I'm not gonna go. But yeah, it seems like it's gonna, take shape. Looking at the structures of these, I don't think those will develop. I'll update you guys on the situation. Anyway, bye everyone. Hope you have a great day. Probably seeing you around 7 or so. Bye everyone.